dark days ahead because of these cuts.
And Congressman, another big story that's been out there this month, and we talked about it earlier in the program, it's the saga surrounding government files on Jeffrey Epstein. Some of your colleagues, though, say it's not worth bringing up at all. Your state's senior senator, John Fetterman, just told NBC News that clearly it is a distraction. I'm much more concerned about more substantial things like cuts in Medicaid and now coming up in September, now not shutting the government down. I mean, there's so much more, I think, so much more impactful at this point for me. What's your take on that? Do you agree with Senator Fetterman?
I care about those things, and believe me, I'm spending a lot of time protecting my constituents' health care.
All of this on the Hill.
Joe Biden is not the president. And so for me, I think we really just move on. And if you pushed him out, and the Democrats really did, then you got to own the outcome. Own that. At this point, then we know what happened.
Is that easy?
Oh, hell, hold on. Go back. Yeah, he don't got no hoodie on. He locked in. I'm telling you, he locked in. No hoodie. What are we on? Week 6? I think we on week. This is history. This is a record high. This is history. He's went, I think, 6 weeks without a hoodie on. What the hell? Hey, Senator Fetterman locked in. I'm trying to tell you. I'm just waiting for him to come out and say, I am done with the Democrat Party and I have officially removed my name. I am now a independent. I'm just waiting on it. I'm pretty sure it's coming. That and along with another hit piece, another anonymous hit piece. I'm ready for it.
Want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Hey. Why this beat so cold?
We will make America proud again. And you try to we will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
Boy, oh boy, it seems like Senator Featherman, Brother Hoodie, has come out again and defends President Trump, praises President Trump. I'm just ready for the next hit piece, the next big shocking announcement. I'm just ready for it that I'm a independent. I am done with my Democrat Party. Are we waiting, Senator Hoodie? He on week 6. It must be the summer break. We'll let him slide summer break. Summer break. Now, we really didn't think you were going to take the hoodie off this summer, Senator Featherman. We didn't think you were going to take it, but he on week 6. And it looked like he been wearing the same collared shirt. So he really locked in. He locked in. But he praises Trump administration once again. And this time he praises ICE once again. He's been praising ICE for the last a month or two. So, I mean, this is nothing new. But he did say this a couple of hours ago. That he is, that this makes our nation more secure and safer for our children. And a huge bust that just took place where I live over here in Houston, Texas. But now I'm in Dayton, Texas. But we've been covering a lot of crazy, disgusting, ridiculous stuff that is going on in this state. It is crazy, man. And I tell you guys, please be aware of your surroundings. Know how to protect and defend yourself. People have lost their mind. They trying to go out with a bang. It's not clicking up here. And I care for you guys. I love y'all, man. Please, no matter where you at, it's crazy everywhere. You never know who is just willing to, willing to end it all, and make an example out of somebody. Be careful, man. It's a lot of thugs still out. A lot of thugs and people that need help, man. Their mental is shot. They need to be walked out either in the cuffs or need to sit down with somebody. I'm serious. Trump derangement syndrome is through the roof with people. They think the world is ending. But please be aware of your surroundings. Take care of yourself. Y'all be safe out there. Know how to protect and defend yourself. Some of y'all don't get you a carry. Know how to carry. Know how to do this. I'm just saying. Hey, you know how to get down to the get down. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all need to go ahead down there. If you don't know how to get down, go ahead down there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But this is good. Nancy Mace says, Senator Fetterman said what most Democrats won't. If you're defending illegal alien child predators, you're not just wrong, you're an un-American. Protecting children shouldn't be controversial at all. At all. But once again, Senator Fetterman praising and defending President Trump. I'm just ready for the next hit piece, anonymous, that he's unfit or it's something with his health again or something like that. And I'm ready for him to come out with his independent speech. I'm ready for it. He got a new book out. You know, it's like, what's up with these Democrats and these books, man? Everybody got to write a book. Everybody got to write a book, huh? And I believe it's called Unfeathered. All right, Senator Fetterman. I think you should have named it Hoodie On. I shouldn't. That wasn't funny. I shouldn't have said that. That wasn't funny. Hoodie On. That's a good book cover. A good book name. Hoodie On. That's what I think he ought to name the book. But let's check this clip out and then we'll get into the next one. But we got some big things going on once again. But Senator Fetterman, these Democrats, I tell you, boy, he just can't make it up.
Senator John Fetterman is writing a memoir. It's going to be released later this year. The publisher of Unfettered says the Democrat will open up about his rise from mayor of Braddock, Pennsylvania, to national fame. Fetterman will discuss the stroke that nearly ended his political career and the depression that nearly ended his life. Fetterman worked on the book with the author of Friday Night Lights. Unfettered will be released November 11th.
Hi, I'm Eric.
Of course. Look at
of Friday Night Lights. Unfettered will be.
The book cover, he has a hoodie on. You know? All right, Senator Fetterman. He has the hoodie on the book cover. He's wearing a hoodie on the book cover. All right, brother Hoodie.
Former President Biden's so-called gatekeeper, Steve Ricchetti, is testifying before the House Oversight Committee today. A handful of other Biden aides so far pleading the fifth. But Fox has told the Oversight Committee expects Ricchetti to speak behind closed doors for 5, maybe 6 hours. Let's bring in Saul Weisenberg, a Fox News contributor and former deputy independent counsel. Saul, great to have you on the show as always. So you have Ricchetti is apparently voluntarily appearing, no subpoenas, likely won't take the fifth. The question, Saul, is how much will he say?
Well, I think it looks like, based on everything we've heard, he's not going to invoke the fifth or the presidential communications privilege or executive privilege. So I imagine he'll have some things to say. How relevant it will be to anything, certainly to any potential criminal investigation, remains to be seen. It will be almost impossible. Keep in mind, the point of these particular hearings is to talk about whether or not there was a cover-up having to do with President Biden's mental state. But anybody, when he signed or didn't sign pardons or authorized pardons, it's going to be almost impossible to invalidate in court a Biden presidential pardon. So that needs to be kept in mind when we think about all of this.
Yeah, and I can't imagine that this is an issue that's going away anytime soon, Saul.
Oh, it's a great political issue. It's just, when you think about people pleading the Fifth Amendment, you absolutely have a right to do so, particularly when the president has announced we're launching a criminal investigation. So I think from a public perception, it's very good politics for Mr. Ricchetti that he came in and he's not taking the privilege. One of the first witnesses we had in front of the Lewinsky grand jury, which I ran, who was Leon Panetta, who came in, this is public record now, I can talk about it, came in without a lawyer and even waiting outside for him and answered every single question. And I found it to be very impressive, and I think Ricchetti is taking that tack.
It's interesting because you go back to Ron Klain, former chief of staff of Joe Biden, in his testimony. You know, he told the committee that Hillary Clinton told him the campaign wasn't handling Biden's age very effectively. I mean, you look at testimony like that and they can kind of cherry pick what they're saying. So it's really tough to kind of prove this cover up when they're just saying, look, I thought he was fine. I mean, I worked with him. I thought he was totally fine.
Well, that's why it's interesting how some people, you'll notice some of these witnesses are invoking the Fifth and others aren't. And so if you're just a person who gave presidential advice, even at a very high level, you may be in a different position than, let's say, a White House physician who signed a document, perhaps an official document, attesting to the president's mental state. That person may have a lot more criminal exposure than somebody who just gave political advice. Would be a very, again, you can make a great political case about a cover-up. I don't think you're ever going to make a criminal case about that.
Fair enough. And for some, it's just time to move on. Here's Senator Fetterman when asked by our own Chad Pergram about all of this on the Hill.
Joe Biden, he's not the president. And so for me, I think we really just move on. And if you pushed him out, and the Democrats really did, then you got to own the outcome. Own that. At this point, then we know what happened.
It's that easy, Saul. Just move on.
No, I don't think it is. I think there's a lot of political capital to be had about what happened.
Oh, brother hoodie.
So I think they'd like.
Hold on, did he have a hoodie on right there? No hoodie. No hoodie on, y'all. He been locked in. Senator Hoodie been locked in. No hoodie on. He on a different type of time, and I'm telling you, with that no hoodie, and he only got a button up to by the shoulder. I mean, his chest nipples. Yeah, he on a different type of timing.
To be had about what happened, so I think they'd like to move on, and I don't think they're going to be able to do it.
I just think, you go forward, and we talk a lot about, okay, let's do Ricchetti, and then you had Ron Klain. What about Karine Jean-Pierre coming up, Saul, in September? Very interesting because she's kind of thrown some barbs at the administration. She might be a fascinating witness.
The independent now. The one that came out there with that big old binder and just lied to everybody. DEI hire. And now she's an independent. And she also has a book. Everybody got books. Everybody got to make a profit. Everybody got to go to the bank and smile and have a good time. And now she's an independent. She's left the party. These frauds, man.
Oh yeah, I really hope that she does testify. It's very clear that he had real issues and that people lied about it and that they covered it up. So it's a great political issue. Again, the really person who's going to be in trouble from the standpoint of what I do, white collar criminal defense. What you really have to watch for is people who don't really have to talk and could invoke the Fifth and don't. And then say something dangerous. Those are really the only people left who have real criminal exposure, is if somebody goes in there and says something stupid or something deliberately false, then all bets are off.
Saul, I want to finish up here before you go with Kash Patel, the FBI director, turning over these documents to the Senate Judiciary Committee Chairman Chuck Grassley. He found what are thousands of sensitive Trump Russia probe documents inside these burn bags in a secret room at the FBI. Here he is on that.
I was the lead Russiagate investigator for the House Intelligence Committee. And I'm telling you and the American public that we have now found material and information and people who wanted to hide it from the world since we got in these seats. And we, as the deputy said, we are trying to do it in a fashion where not only are we informing the American public of what happened, but we can have accountability for it. And that takes a little bit more time.
All right, so you told us that back in May, and now he's turning these documents over. Where does
That's what we're rooting for.
Well, that's what I found interesting, that this story actually broke in May. So what is actually new about this, and what does it mean? Is this real new news, or is this something to divert attention from something else? Obviously, if somebody has stuff ready to burn and it's being hidden from the incoming, or for the actual incoming or current FBI director, that's very serious. That's potential criminal obstruction of justice. Devil is always in the details. I don't know if he's saying that annex, which now they've obviously been looking at, this is the annex to the secret annex or the classified annex to the Durham report. My understanding is it's being declassified right now. It's in the final stages of that. So I want to know when this thing was hidden. Was it the only copy that was hidden? That's a very serious matter. But the devil is in the details. I want to see those details.
You better believe
Oh
it.
boy.
It's all great to see you.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Show.